Hey guys, this is JM and today I'll be reviewing Pokemon Journeys episode 26 or Pokemon Sword and Shield episode 26. So this is the gist of what happens in the episode. If you're watching it, I would appreciate if you all hit the like button. Besides that, here is my review. This episode was not a fever dream. It was a real episode. Seriously. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, episode 26 of the Journeys, anime titled Splash Magikarp, Put It On, Slowking, just dropped. This is a unique episode where we get two different stories instead of one. One is about Magikarp Jump and one is about Slowking. How did the episode go? Let's find out. Immediately, you know that this is going to be an interesting episode. When the episode begins with Team Rocket basically breaking the fourth wall and telling us so. They are bored and James suggests training. Jesse caused a gacha machine. And although you would think the pelipar wouldn't be able to deliver the thing, you would be wrong, as it literally knocks on the door and comes down with the machine. The Pokemon that Jesse and James get in the machine are a Magikarp and a Slowking, the two Pokemons of the focus for this episode. This intro part actually had a few Easter eggs. There's the obvious Diantha picture in the magazine that Jesse is reading. The toy that Wobbuffet and Meowth are playing with is their Alola donut truck. And James is polishing the Pokeball set he got from the Alolan Meowth. So a nice bit of callback there, but also I can't specifically remember the last time Team Rocket broke the fourth wall. But it happens so rarely that it feels special anytime they do so. Anyways, the first story is Splash Magikarp. This is basically the story of how Go lost his Magikarp in space. No, I'm not kidding. Basically, there has been a contest for a while, 9 years from how they put it, where they have a contest to see whose Magikarp can jump the highest. For the previous 9 years, the winner has been Koiking, the bodybuilding trainer with a shiny Magikarp with an 8-pack. Go wants to participate in the contest with his Lord Magikarp. But because it's been living in the city's park for a while, it's gotten really fat, really fat. But fear not, Go is going to train it. This isn't your typical Pokemon training though. This is literally boxing training with a lot of sit-ups, jumps, hitting body bags. By the end of the training, not only does the Magikarp look ripped, but so do Ash and Go. Yup, what a bizarre image. Look at it. The entire first bit is basically a Rocky montage with Go narrating it. And it is fantastic. And curiously, this is probably the most we've seen Go train. An actual Pokemon, lol. Anyways, we then jump straight to the semi-finals of the jump tournament. And Go wins his jump off against a guy who looks like a Magikarp, but barely. And Koiking, the previous champion, beats his handily. In the final match, it's Koiking versus Go. Koiking says that he wasn't holding back and Go should be scared, which is when the bomb drops. Go's Magikarp has been jumping with weights on, literally weights on, Dragon Ball style, Goku here. This is basically his Rock Lee movement. The weights are so heavy that we see this hilarious side gag of Koiking's Machamps struggling to and ultimately hurting its back, trying to pick it up. Now the match begins. Koiking's shiny Magikarp jumps, but Go hasn't. Has he given up? No, turns out Go's Magikarp is storing power to jump as high as it can. He jumps and passes the shiny Magikarp and keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. Oh my, looks like Go's Magikarp is floating away in space and isn't landing. The official rules state that Magikarp must land for the jump to count, which means the winner of the jump, drumroll please, is Koiking and his shiny Magikarp. Interesting, right? Then we have Ash reading the obituary in this context to Go's Magikarp while the Magikarp jump song is playing in the background, and that's where we end this part of this episode. Seriously, that was really a fever dream. I know some people thought this was strange or didn't like it, but me personally, I was cracking up watching this. Pokemon really knows how to do comedy as well, especially since Sun and Moon, which gave them the opportunity to make episodes like this, which are out of the box. It is bizarre but hilarious at the same time. Don't worry, we will come back to this a bit later, but I'm just saying, this is really a fever dream of an episode. Not only does it contain the song for Magikarp Jump, but also has a Boldor training with Ash and Go. The Boldor being there is part of the gag. In the app Magikarp Jump, one of the things you can use to train your Pokemon is called the Boldor Push. This is what that was a reference to. This entire first bit is just joke after joke and I love it. Now we come to the second part of the episode. The second part of the episode is the one titled Put It On, Slowking. This one, I'm just baffled. I'm not really sure what to say because I'm not sure what happened here. So Go and Ash go to an island filled with slowpokes, presumably because Go wants to capture one. When he's looking at the Pokédex entry for it, he finds out that Slowpoke's tail tastes sweet and wonders if he could try it. First of all, why is that a Pokédex entry? You are asking for its tail to get chopped off like in gold and silver with that description. And second of all, why does Go want to try it? That's like really messed up. Regardless, as he is thinking that, he hears Ash eating and thinks for a second that he might be tasting a Slowpoke's tail, only for it to be ramen. The ramen has a picture of the Magikarp on the front. I hope that that ramen's logo was a Magikarp and not that it tastes like Magikarp, because that is when Slowking shows up. It sees Ash enjoying the ramen and takes it from Ash to try it. It loves it so much that it gives its own shelter crown to Ash. Like, really? Is that even possible? And this is where the episode flies off the rails. Like, actually flies off the rails. I'm not even sure what happens here. Well, actually I do, but it's so bizarre that it's easier for me to tell you to go watch it than to try explain it. Basically, anyone with the crown becomes a Slowking genius, and it amplifies their traits to the maximum. So for example, since Ash wants to be a Pokemon master, when he has the crown, he thinks he is now the Slowpoke master. Just imagine Ash being the Slowpoke master. Not only that, but he has insane reflexes, like insane, and speaks in actual English. This, by the way, I want to see what they are going to do here for the dub version. Are they going to have him speak in Japanese or just make his voice deeper and have him say some smart stuff? Who knows? I guess we'll have to wait to find out. Anyways, when Reboot and Go finally manage to get it off Ash's head, it lands on Go's head and turns him into a Slowpoke connoisseur who wants to capture every Slowpoke he can find. When it goes on Pikachu, he can make the crown float with his Thunderbolt. When it goes on Reboot, he can spin and dodge like crazy. Like, I really don't know what is happening right now. They basically kick the crown around and make it land on each other's head for a while, before ultimately Go's Magikarp, yes, Go's Magikarp, the Lord from the first segment, flies back from the space, shooting like an asteroid, making a huge boom, causing the crown to go back to Slowking's head. When the dust settles, somehow the Magikarp is on top of the crown, on top of Slowking, and the narrator tells us that all's well that ends well. And the insane part just comes now, is that we go back to Team Rocket to basically almost identical circumstances to the intro where everyone is bored and James says maybe they should train. Jesse calls in a gacha machine and you hear a knock on the door. The audience is probably thinking the gacha machine is here. Only this time when James opens the door, it is not Pelipar, it is Koiking. The episode ends with James slapping the door on his face. What? The first half had a pretty simple but easy to follow story. Go trains for the Magikarp jump, goes to the event, makes it to the finals and almost wins, but loses at the end when his Magikarp doesn't land in time. The second half though, what? Seriously, I don't know what to even think about it. I guess the bigger question is, did I find it entertaining and to what extent? I'll say I did, but even so, I'm not really sure how to review this portion of the episode. It feels like someone was on drugs when they wrote the second half. There are definitely references that I'm missing here, because one of the first things that happens in the episode is that the Slowpoke song plays and shows us the Slowpoke. Well, being Slowpoke. But even that is so bizarre that I'm not sure what to think. I know this is not a good review since I'm just kind of rambling, but honestly, I'm just dumbstruck on what I just watched. Honestly, you need to watch the episode. Seriously. After watching till the end of the video, go watch the episode again. Because honestly, I'm out of words. Haha. This episode's Just Motion score will be a 5.5 out of 10. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and tell me which anime episodes I should review or what other videos you want to watch.